Hey guys, Jess with Peekaboo Wreath. We're back to put our ribbon into our wreath. So we're gonna be using these 1.5 inch cut ribbons that we made for our last wreath, for that golden bell wreath. 1.5 inches, 3 different designs of 1.5 and 2.5 inch. Okay, so we're just gonna be alternating these across. We just made this wreath base on our last video, so if you missed that, go back to the playlist and find it there. Okay, so we're just gonna be starting to add these in. I already organized my ribbons so that the pattern that I wanna do is already set out. So like I did, you know, I alternated these in order because it's way faster for me, and that way I don't have to like try to remember which one I added last and which one goes next or anything like that. So we're just putting our ribbons in, we're giving it a couple of twists, and then tucking that pipe cleaner underneath. So you guys will see the ribbons as I go along. They look like this. Okay, and I'm trying to separate the ribbons, but I don't know, sometimes they don't stay, which, I mean, it's kind of a benefit of using 1.5 inch and a 2.5 inch, because then you can still see both of the ribbons, even when they are stacked on top of each other. So these are cut to 13 inches long. Same as that golden bell one, we were able to prep 2 wreaths worth of ribbon at the same time. So it takes a little bit of time at that moment, but then when you go to make that second wreath, the prep work is already done for you, so it's way faster, which is always a good time. Because when you have time to make your wreath, sometimes you only have a certain window of time, and if you already have some of the work done, it's very helpful. So we're just going through, like I said before, at this time we're not going to be opening up our pipe cleaners. We're going to be putting our ribbon down on top of those pipe cleaners that are already open, and then twisting them maybe 3 or 4 times and tucking them behind. So that is our plan. So we're gonna be giving those a few twists. I know that my camera angle isn't super far out this time, so you guys can't see my fingers as well as when I do my embellishment videos, but I know that some people, they really like to see the mesh when I add it in, and my bows close up. So we're a work in progress. I just didn't move the camera, and I guess I can try to move it now, but I hope that it doesn't mess up this video, but we'll see. Let's see. Let me see if I can move this out a little bit. Excuse my floor. There you go, it's a little bit better. Okay. So I'm just adding them in like that, and then just turning it. And we're gonna go all the way around. We have 12 ties on the bottom and 6 ties on the top. Because of the design of this wreath, we're going to be putting in a large cardinal sign in the middle. It's round, and then we're going to be putting a small bow over to the side. So we do have to add ribbon into all the ties, so make sure that you cut enough for that. Okay, we're just fanning them out and then turning it. So you guys will have to let me know, is it starting to feel like winter where you guys are? I know it's definitely chilly here. This morning it was, I think, in the 30s. Lately it's been in the high 30s in the morning times. So it's a little chilly, but then in the afternoon it ends up being like high 50s, or yesterday it was in the low 60s. So it's still like medium coat season here in Michigan. It's so funny. I feel like we always have to have like all these like transitional coats. You know, you start off with the sweatshirt, and then you got like a thicker sweatshirt, and then here we have like the thicker sweatshirts, a lot of times they have like fleece in them, and then we'll have like a spring coat. Sometimes we'll have like fleece pullovers, and you know, all leading up to the winter coat. So I don't know, maybe my children just like choices, or maybe you guys will let me know. Do you guys do that too with your kids? A lot of transitional coats, you know, because kids run around more, they get hotter than we do a lot of times. And I don't know, I guess life is about options. I didn't have all those coats when I was growing up, but I feel like maybe mine, I don't know, but I feel like kids are a little more pampered these days. I don't know, there's a lot of choices for everything. We all got choices, adults, children, all the peoples. We all got choices, right? So sometimes too many choices. Do you guys ever feel that way, like overwhelmed by choices? I feel that way sometimes, like when I go to a craft show. Sometimes, and that's why, like, I'm always a little bit torn with doing what to bring for shows, because I want to bring options, right? I want people to, You know, if they like a dog wreath, I want to have a dog wreath. If they like a cat wreath, I want to have a cat wreath. I want to have, you know, rustic Christmas, and I want to have traditional Christmas. And but the thing, because I'm always like, you know, the customer's not going to buy the wreath if it's just sitting, the supplies are sitting in my basement, right? Not assembled, and they're definitely not going to buy it. But then if there's too many choices, then sometimes people feel overwhelmed. Like they don't know what to do because there's too many that they like, you know? So, I mean, it's a tricky one, I guess. But I guess we'll just bring whatever we have prepared, and whatever we don't have prepared, we'll try to have for the next show, I guess, right? And we'll see, hopefully we'll see, you know, what the trends are, you know, what people are liking. I try to make what people like, but also make what I like, right? Because when you like something and when you're passionate about something, it's obvious, right? That passion shines through, and a lot of times people, you know, well, that passion can be contagious, right? So just folding my pipe cleaners under, making sure that my mesh is nice and full, making sure it's not overlapping, making sure that there's no like frayed edges, and if there are, just give them a little trim. Mesh does have a tendency to fray because it is a fabric and mixed with plastic material, so, but you can help minimize that by making sure that your blade is sharp, that you cut the mesh with, and trying to cut as straight as possible, and then doing like what I do where you roll it under a time or two before you put it in, and then put the cut edge down. So those are all the tips that I have for that. Anyways, all right, we're hopping up to the top. Again, these ribbons are cut to 13 inches long. You could always cut them to 12 if you wanted to, but I feel like it's just gonna be so pretty. Just like with the bottom layer, we're gonna add these ribbons in, and then you can just tuck that pipe cleaner underneath. We don't need to tie anything else in. All of our embellishments we're gonna be hot gluing in. Some pine, some holly berries, probably some bells. I've been liking the bells lately, or maybe some ornaments. I do have some cardinal birds themselves that I could add in, which I might do on this one. They're those ones that, you know, you've seen people clip them into like their tree or into their decor. They look like little red birds, and they have the silver clips on them, which is nice because then you can just actually clip it right into the wreath. I'm not sure, I got mine on Amazon. I'm not sure where they sell them. I'm sure that they do sell them in stores too, I just haven't looked. All right, we're just giving it a couple of ties, fluffing it up, trying to make the ribbons even, and then just scrunching them together, folding them like this, kind of like a bird or like a inverted V, and twisting them in a few times, and then just tucking that pipe cleaner underneath. And when we do glue in our embellishments, it will help secure those too, so you don't need to sit there and tie your pipe cleaner, you know, 10 times or anything like that. A few times will suffice. Okay, here we go. We're just going to place that right down. Make sure that if you guys find this tutorial helpful, that you let me know in the comments, and make sure that you guys like, comment, and subscribe so that it tells YouTube that people are liking my stuff, and to show it to even more people. So there we go. All right, we are all done with this level. Next time I see you guys, we'll probably be making our bow, and then we will be adding in all of our embellishments, and then we'll be done. So nice and quick. Not too bad at all. Tuck in this bottom one. All right. Now we'll see you next time. Ooh, less than 10 minutes. How about that? All right. Thanks so much, guys. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.